These are the reports of the 45 previous calls to police made by Zimmerman. Let me quickly rip through some of the other times that Zimmerman called police and why he did. Trash in the roadway, unsupervised child walking alone on a busy street, 2 black males near the back gate of the community, children playing in the street, black males in an Impala at the gate of the community. Now, George Zimmerman has made a lot of calls to the Sanford Police Department, but it's this 911 call that is so important to both sides.
Hi, ma'am.
So you think he's yelling help?
Yes.
All right, what is your...
So who is screaming in the background of that call? The prosecution claims it's Trayvon Martin. The defense says no, it's George Zimmerman. A hearing will continue tomorrow to determine if expert testimony on the science of this recording will be allowed in court. This call so important to both sides that they're questioning potential jurors about it.
You're talking about the 911 recording where there's this, you've heard that tape itself.
Yeah, where they have voices in the background,
sure.
And they say, oh, that's George, no, that's Trayvon.
Which side do you come under?
I find it hard to believe, to tell which was which.
What's your memory of that call and how it fits into the case?
Oh, I just know that someone called and there was screaming for help in the background.
Do you remember there being, do you remember what the take was on that in terms of, other than determining whose voice it was?
The point that I remember it, they hadn't determined who that was. There was no definitive answer for that.
And will the definitive opinion come from an expert? Should it come from an expert? Let's bring back in the dream team. Darren, Kavinoky, on this one, it's a recording. The jurors can listen to it themselves. Do they need an expert to interpret it for them?
Well, it may be helpful if they have that expert, and that's the point of this Fry hearing that's going on now. This voice stress analysis is technology that the judge is going to have to decide whether it's reliable enough. I don't know. I tend to doubt it, frankly, and especially because what we've heard is from the experts that work in this field, namely the FBI, that they like to have at least 16 seconds of material to work with, and here we've got about 3. So then, of course, those challenges go to weight versus admissibility, and at the end of the day, the jurors are going to have to trust their own ears on this one.
I agree with you there, Darren.
This is such a critical piece.
I think it's all about the jury making up their own mind. Mel, what do you think, Mel?
Vinnie, yes. Vinnie, I think this is an absolute disaster for the prosecution. First of all, they put on a bunch of witnesses who are supposedly experts. They disagree with one another. Then the defense pulls on an expert yesterday who literally drowned us. It was like an avalanche of scientific, terms that none of us could stay awake to even listen to. You know what this spells? It spells, I don't know who the hell that is screaming on the tape, which means reasonable doubt and an acquittal. So I don't understand why the prosecution is even going down this route. I can see why the defense would want it to come in, because it creates confusion. Here's the other piece of information about this. It's going to add at least another week to this case if it comes in. And I'm predicting right now, you better believe this judge. Based on every single thing she's done so far, she will absolutely allow all of it in, and she'll say the jury can hear it all and they can determine what weight to give it. That's what's going to happen.
All right.
Well, yeah. But Mel, the prosecution's going to want it.
I'm on a schedule here, Mr. Kavinoky. We have these things called commercials coming up. Hold that thought. We'll talk.
Sorry, let's pay the bills.
Mystery surrounds the disappearance of an 18-month-old baby. Her name is Elena. And now we've got some new information about what her mom says happened